Keely, and to break that down, first game back in Sydney, how do you feel?
Yeah, was excited, to come back here. Obviously, we've spent the last couple of seasons here, but I think just for us as a team, we're trying to get better each and every game, and I think we did that. I think we still have a long way to go, but this is a really exciting group and it's fun to play with.
You guys started really well. Obviously, the Flames came back at different points. What was sort of the adjustment that you guys made there?
Yeah.
Did any of you guys take that one?
I think Sydney are, a really good team and they're a talented team, and they made little adjustments, we made adjustments. I think, we just changed up how we were defending some stuff and just stuck with it. That was our biggest thing.
Chris, you guys made a pretty strong start to the season. How have you sort of seen this game, the season at large?
This game, obviously, I wasn't happy at half time because we'd given up far too many points, and we sort of pride ourselves on that, and that's credit to Sydney. I thought they played very well in that first half. Giving up 44 at half time, you're going to make it pretty tough for yourselves, but our third quarter defensively with some adjustments was pretty good. In regards to our start, really pleased obviously because I was hoping to be 2-1 after 3, and we're 3, but this league is tough and you have to be ready for each game, and I think anybody from out of any 8 teams can beat each other on the day, and I think it's preparing for the next one, and we've got our first home game next week, so looking forward to that.
You talk about sort of preparing, like what sort of adjustments and what sort of improvements you make from the last 3 games you need to take into your next game now?
Because we've got a new group and effectively only one girl from last year until we get Wally back on the floor, effectively building that trust off the ball, and that's actually going to take a little bit of time. So I think our ball pressure's fine, but it's the stunter off the ball, but the second rotation, we need to continue to work on that. We've been okay at it, but we need to be better.
Jordan Cannon was pretty good today, especially those clutch baskets down the end. Talk about the impact she sort of made on the group.
So initially, she wasn't coming to Australia because she's a point guard in the WNBA, but she made it very clear she wants to play off the ball and to have that flexibility so we can play her in multiple positions. But the thing I like about Jordan, her IQ is, I've coached a lot of players, her IQ is second to none. She's always one step ahead of what's happening on the floor. She comes up with stuff, at the moment, my trust with her is really growing as a point guard, which I needed to play point guard at the moment. But her IQ actually makes other people better, and I think she's doing a super job with that.
Another person doing a super job is one next year. Talk through what impression of Keely's been through the first 3 games.
Really happy that she's our leader, and I thought she needed a spell in the third quarter, but her kept us in the game, kept us ticking along. Her leadership, she leads in different ways, but the way she presents herself to the group as well, I just think she's going to have a great year. She's not at her peak yet, but we will get her there, and we want to shoot in the 3 ball better, and we're working on that. But I just love having her around. I've known her since she was 15, 16 years old, and she's still a pain at times, but love having her around.
On the flip side, how have you enjoyed your time in Melbourne so far, Keels?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I can't really ask for more. The group is really great, I think, on the court and off the court. And like Chris said, we're still building our trust there, but we're having a lot of fun with it. And we're so lucky with our coaching staff. Obviously, Chris and I go back a long time, and it's nice to have him here. And then we have Christy on the bench as well, who's just super smart basketball-wise. So I'm loving it.
And you talk about you got your first home game next week as well. That's obviously something to look forward to.
Yeah, super exciting. Haven't had a home game yet, so we're excited. Hopefully we'll sell it out, and it's against Bendigo and Alicia, so I always like to get up for those ones.
Yeah, you go.
Okay. This question's to both of you. I'd like to hear from each of you on this one. It is, as you said, a virtually new roster. How are you finding that the team is starting to gel and how it's coming together over the first couple of rounds?
When I recruit teams, I have a policy, I recruit people first, players second, and I'm really hot on that. I don't always get it right, but that policy has come together straight away. We've added Mon Conti for the first game today. She's trained for 20 minutes with us and rolled her ankle during practice. She's going to get better. Obviously, we've got Amy Rocci to come in, but the chemistry of the group off the floor is tremendous. They actually make me, my personality is pretty serious, but they're actually keeping me relaxed as well. And they're just a super group off the floor. That chemistry we're talking about on the floor, I think is going to grow and we'll get better. We're undersized, so we've got to do some different things defensively, but I'm just loving the group.
Yeah, I think, you've seen it over our 3 games. That first game was pretty clunky and pretty ugly, and that's just us learning to play with each other and figure it out. I think the thing that we love about this group is, like Chris said, we're good people, but there's none of that, like, angry, aggressive stuff. We get together, we work it out, we figure out it's next play mentality all the time, and I think everyone just plays hard, and that's the teams that you want to play for. It doesn't matter if it's pretty, ugly, gritty, whatever it is, that's how we're going to play, and it's a really fun group.
Now you've got Wally due back soon. How much of a change do you think that's going to make to the way you approach games?
Just makes us better. She was All-Star 5 last year. She averaged 15 and 6 or 7 assists a game, and I think defensively, at the moment we're playing a little bit out of whack. There's some players that are doing a really good job for us, but putting Jordan and Wally together defensively, that's going to be pretty scary at times, and I think they'll just complement each other.
And after this first 3 games that you've had,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything that you've seen in the way the team's been coming together that surprised you?
I knew they'd be tough, and I knew they wouldn't give up. So even if we didn't get the result today, they played hard. And I think as a coach, that's all you can ask. And I never have to worry about them. I've never had to penalise them at practice for not working hard. They get on me a couple of times if I push too long, but I don't have to worry about their work ethic. And that's what I try and recruit. And they just work hard for each other. And even our role players on the bench, the girls are not playing, they do a super job at practice. You'd like to be able to reward them more. But reality is, this league, you usually play 7 or 8, and that's the way it is. But their work ethic is there. It hasn't surprised me, though, with the people. And it starts with our captain, I think.
Okay, that's it for me.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.